What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Docs. Gonna go over Fantom, guys. Currently sitting at 143. We're down about 3.7 on the day. We're sitting at a market cap of 3.61 billion. 24-hour volume, 361 million. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to Crypto.com, sign up to the world's fastest growing crypto app. Grab one of the incredible Visa cards for cashback in crypto, free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives, depending on the level of card that you have. So let's jump into Fantom, guys. So we had a juicy trade yesterday of 14%. You can see we trended towards overbought. We had a small bearish divergence and we had to move back down. We came all the way down to our break-even level. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I was talking about today with my Matic video for playing. Oh, sorry guys, for playing these bounces. I'm just going to put BE. This is a bit long. BE. Okay. So guys, you can see here, this was our break even at 136. So I closed 50% of my trade and I broke even on the rest. And what I did, let's say you put 200 at each buy zone. So our first trade, yes, our trade from a couple days ago, 200, 200, 200. We had $600 in our trade. 200 is just an example. Always use equal amounts. Sold half, so there's $300 left. Broke even on 300, but placed a buy limit once again for 200 to play the bounce. Because what you can see is we had a nice little bounce, right? So you hit your stop loss, you break even on the rest of your trade, and you re-enter 200, and then you put your buy zones. Again, your buy limits 200, 200. I move my buy limits a little bit here on Fantom. Sometimes I do update them. I always post them in the Discord when I update them, whether it's before or after the video. So if you want to reference it at all times, it's in the Discord. So you would re-enter. So now you're back in your trade 200 once again. Now, of course, we've already bounced, but you can use this going forward, this strategy. And then you have 200 here, 200 here, 200 here. So if we do come down, you bring down your average price. Instead of waiting to re-enter to 127, because we may not come back down to 127, we may bounce from here. And if you broke even and you're waiting to get back in at 127 and we never see 127 again for, the next year, then you didn't have money in your trade. You never got back in. You have to wait once again for an entry. All right, guys, so just a little bit of strategy here. So let's jump over to the 4-hour time frame. So we can see here on the 4-hour, we came up. We weren't able to hold the EMAs as support. Currently, we're finding a little bit of resistance on the 20. However, guys, I'm starting to notice this bullish reversal pattern. I was seeing it for Matic as well and Bitcoin as well, I believe. We'll look at Bitcoin a little bit too. Inverse head and shoulders. So you have your left shoulder, you have your head, and you have your right shoulder here for Fantom. So if we can come up and break this neckline, I'll give you your breakout target for this inverse head and shoulders. We'll bring Fantom, look at that guys, perfectly up to our next take profit zone at 186. So do keep an eye on that pattern. If we're able to break out of this falling wedge and we get back above the EMAs, we break that neckline, could be the reversal we've been waiting for. Now you may see Fantom come down here to 136, so we can start dollar cost averaging once again. I've just changed it to buy zone here because we've already broken even with that wick. So if it does come down and you weren't able to get back in, 136, 127, 115, 94 and 59 are our buy zones for FTM. Equal amounts if you're spot trading, double your margin. If you're leverage trading, and brings down your average price halfway each time, you get ready to ride the slingshot back up. Let's look at Fantom here on the daily time frame. Oh, this is a 4-hour as well. Let's pop over to the daily. So you can see that inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder head, and we're possibly forming that right shoulder right now. And we do have a nice bullish divergence. You can see here we created a lower low and we created a higher low on the RSI right here. You can see we created a higher low and we had a nice bounce back to the upside. So do keep an eye on that. We may see a pump back up to the top of this channel. Unless we get rejected, we continue to roll and we lose this low. But what I want to show you guys here is Bitcoin. Let's look at Fantom here on the daily. See where we are on the daily chart. Yeah, you can see we're starting to get overextended from the EMAs. The same thing when you're on a pump. If you get overextended from the EMAs, you're going to come back to them. And if you're dumping and you're getting overextended from the EMAs, you're going to come back to them. So I do think we're going to see a bit of a move to the upside relatively soon, as we are still oversold here for Fantom on the 1 day time frame. So I want to show you guys the Bitcoin long position. So here's the Bitcoin longs, guys. See how the longs are steadily increasing while Bitcoin has been declining. Look at this, guys. See how Bitcoin has been slowly selling off. Look at this big bullish divergence for Bitcoin. You see these You see how we're creating lower lows? We're creating higher lows on the 4-hour RSI, signifying to us the bears are running out of strength. And the fact that look at the long positions continuing to increase massively here. So what I think is going to happen very, very soon is Bitcoin sees a big push up to this level of resistance from this falling wedge, which is coming in here at about, it lines up, let me move this out. It lines up with this level of resistance at 53.3K. So if we do see that push back to the upside and we break out of our falling wedge, we're going to see our next pump. Of course, we can come up and get rejected and roll once again, but I do think a nice pump up to that level of resistance is coming relatively soon for Bitcoin. We have our bullish divergence, as well as the long positions are continuing to increase here. And you can see we're starting to trend towards overbought. And when you trend towards overbought, you start to sell off. So I do think we're going to see a nice little pump, and then the long positions will look to take profits right around that level of resistance. So we'll finish off the video here with Fantom on the 4-hour. So if we do come back down to 13669, you can dollar cost average. Of course, use your own discretion. It's not financial advice. It's just for reference, guys. So we have 136, 127, 115, 94, all the way down to 59. And then our take profit zones here, I would probably wait for 165. You could use 145 here, 189, 233, 261, 297. Well, we have a lot of take profit zones up here. And I'll give you your bull run targets for Fantom. We have the 2 extension at 597. But in my opinion, I do think Fantom's going to make it up to the 2.272, which is coming in at 993 for FTM. All right, guys, maybe we'll do much more. I had a guy in my Discord that was saying $20. He was showing some TA for a $20 Fantom, which would be amazing. Quick shout out to the Discord, guys. Over 1,000 members. The DCA charts are in here, as well as over 1,000 members talking all things crypto, posting chart patterns, all kinds of goodies in there. It's the price of a coffee. Sign up to the Patreon. All right, much love. Take care.